Trent Alexander-Arnold is being linked with a move to Real Madrid. Now, what have I been telling you guys this entire time? Ever since Klopp announced his decision to leave Liverpool at the end of the season, I told you this squad will implode. And it looks like I might be right. Everybody that wants to say that I hate Liverpool and that I don't know what I'm talking about and you're American so you don't know ball, where are you guys at now? It's common sense. Like understanding football and knowing what opinions to form based off of what you're seeing is not hard. Trent Alexander-Arnold, his contract runs out at the end of next season. Why has he not signed an extension yet? Everybody tells me that he just wants to stay at Liverpool. He's come through their academy and he's a mainstay in the team. I think he's like vice captain or something like that. So if all that is true, and if he loves the club that much, why the hell has he not signed a new deal yet? Do you think Liverpool really want his contract running down? No, because now you're going to have teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Man City, all these elite clubs are going to be looking at your players because once they only have 12 months left on their current deal, you can get them for peanuts. Trent, they're saying that his value is 70 million. If he leaves this summer, Liverpool are going to be lucky to get back 50 because you either sell him now or you lose him for free, and you can't lose a player like Trent for free, somebody that's so crucial to their system. But I called this when Klopp announced his retirement, well, not his retirement, but his decision to leave at the end of the season. It didn't make any sense for him to do that during the middle of their season when they're still trying to compete in Champions League. Sorry, no, not Champions, Europa League. They're still trying to win the Premier League, right? They're in the race. Why would you do this now? It makes no sense. It causes unnecessary pressure, unnecessary media focus. And I think the reason that you've seen Trent not sign a new contract is because we don't know who their manager is going to be for next season. So why would Trent commit his long-term future to Liverpool when he's not sure who the hell is going to be his coach next season? When he's not sure if that new coach's philosophy is going to even fit in to what he does. I think Mo Salah is going to leave this summer. I think Virgil van Dijk is gone. And I think maybe a few other big-name players might leave. Liverpool are going to have to go get a big-name manager. And I don't even believe that they'll be able to sign Xabi Alonso. But we'll touch on that later on. So what are they going to do? Now, you guys know, I'm a Real Madrid fan. It's my club. And I would not sign Trent. But I understand why we're looking at him. Because he is viewed as one of the best right backs in the world. He has won a Premier League, a Club World Cup. Yeah, he's won a lot of trophies there, basically. I'm not about to say and try to name all of them. But he's been successful so far. He's been a mainstay in Liverpool's golden generation. But for me, while I do think Trent Alexander-Arnold is a good player, I do not believe he is a good right back. No. Because, yes, it's fantastic that you can go forward and that he could whip a bunch of crosses in. But I think you have to also defend. And Trent in defense is a liability because he gets so far up the pitch that when you lose the ball, now there's a gap there. And there's rumors that we could possibly sign Alphonso Davies at left back. So you have Alphonso Davies at left back, Trent at right back. How can this work? The only way Alphonso and Trent could be in the same team is if we switch to a back three and then you have them as wing backs. Then yes, now we're talking. But how Madrid want to play, the 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1, I don't think Trent would be a good signing. But for the value that you could possibly get him for, I understand why Florentino Perez and the Madrid board are looking at it and saying this is a deal that we could possibly get done. Because he is a good player. But what we rate Trent for is things that you would rate a winger for. Going forward, attacking-wise, whipping the ball into the box, taking free kicks. I think he's more of a central midfielder. He's like an 8 to me. I think that would be his best position. Like an 8 that tracks back, also goes forward. But I understand, though, why. But for me, I wouldn't do it. People were saying that Trent is the best right back in the world. I've always said that Reece James is the best right back in world football when healthy. The only problem is the guy can never stay fit. But if he's available, that's who I would go get if I'm Real Madrid. Reece James can defend. He can attack. He can take free kicks. He can whip crosses into the box. He's a unit as well. It's just, what the hell is going on with him at Chelsea and all these damn injuries? Maybe Chelsea's medical staff does not know how to treat him properly. Because you see Ousmane Dembele, the guy was injured almost every week at Barcelona. Goes to PSG. He hasn't been injured one time this entire season. It's a miracle. So I don't know whether it's Chelsea's fault or if Reece James' body is just cooked. But to me, he is the best right back in the world. I would take him any day over Trent Alexander-Arnold. But we'll see what happens, though, because, as I said, Trent is a big player for Liverpool. He's grown up there. He came through their academy. He's become a main player in the first team. He's an England international as well. But when Real Madrid come knocking, it's a different knock. It's hard to say no. And now you got Jude Bellingham there. I think that's going to open up the pipeline for Madrid to also look at some of these other young English international players. And I think Jude is going to be there trying to recruit them up. Because, yeah, it's nice having the Brazilians. You got Vinny, Rodrigo, Endrick's coming in. Madrid also got the little French core as well. You got Tchouameni, Camavinga, and Mbappe might come in. But Jude's kind of by himself there in terms of people whose first language is English. So now if Alphonso Davies comes in, he's going to speak English. Now you got Trent Alexander-Arnold or maybe some other young English talent. But yeah, this is one to keep our eyes on because I definitely do believe it's not just going to be Madrid who are going to be in for him. I think every single elite club will be looking to see what Trent decides to do. And Liverpool, I already told you, I think they're going to implode because there's no way that after Klopp leaves, they will be able to sustain the success that they've had for the last 8 to 9 seasons. Because FSG do not back their managers. They barely back Klopp. And he's arguably the greatest manager they've ever had. So I think the next guy that comes in is going to be a very hard job for him to do. And I do expect some of these big name players to look to leave Liverpool at the end of this season. But what would you do if you're Trent? Would you extend your contract or would you go to Madrid? Or just let me know what other team you think Trent would be a good fit at.